Welcome back to Fresh Takes. Not too much drama in round one of the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, RBC just demolished Riggs in the one side, and Trump U pretty handedly beat the Alligator as well. That sets up a semifinal of the top four seeds, which is pretty rare in the Cup. Not much more to add for that. Why don't we just jump right in and take some calls? Calls from the public. Calls. Caller, go ahead.
Wear the mask. Wear the mask.
Oh, what do we have? What do we have going on here? You know what? I think this is one of those protesters from outside.
I am demanding a national boycott of your show until both of you start wearing a mask.
All right. Listen, lady, we're made of socks. Our whole face is fabric. You should be embarrassed that you're only wearing a small mask over your nose and mouth. We should be the ones protesting you. You're a danger to society.
Oh, I guess I never thought about it that way. Back to the sewing machine.
Caller, go ahead.
All right, looks like we have the manager for Mr. Marbles on the phone. Thanks for calling in. It's always a pleasure to get the perspective from a former champ.
I've been, the calls from the public, one of my favorite moments. I'm flattered to be a guest this week.
Well, I hope you've been enjoying your off season so far. What's the first thing that you like to do once the season is over? Are you a golf guy, fishing, vacation, or just kind of calling into your local talk radio show?
Well, all the above, to be honest. But you know what? That's what you do after you win. Now, we made some quite awful mistakes. The commissioner role on draft night, as well as running the team, may have been a little too much for me.
Well, you've been there in the past, and in your championship season, you earned the 1 seed and the bye. Did that extra week of rest and fresh legs help your team's mindset going into the semis that year?
Definitely. The extra week just helped us prepare, gave the manager a little more time to kind of look at his roster and realize that Mitch Trubisky was going to start a championship game. And
well, I kind of since that 2018 season, you guys have struggled a bit. Ryan's Baseball Cards is trying to become the first defending champ to return to the finals. And is there any advice you would like to give him? Is something maybe you would have done differently to avoid the championship hangover?
I think Ryan Fox has a real handle on his team, and he's going into these playoffs. I think all the other managers should be scared right there because he's the most experienced and he's won when it matters before.
He's actually won twice, the only two-time champion in the league. And, some have said that he's kind of thrived in the underdog role. I think he was only 6-7 both times that he won. He's not under the radar as much this season. Do you think that's going to affect him going forward?
Not under the radar, but I think he has the best team he's had of those 3 combined seasons right there. And now, with Michael Thomas, his first-round pick, finally starting to do something to be where he was this year, get the overall points, and now add that to the mix a little bit. It's going to be a tough road for BDN, as I like to say. I don't care for the classless nature of the name of, I expect him to go down and go down hard this week to the RBCs.
It is a bit vulgar. Any final thoughts? I guess last thing before we let you go, do you have predictions for the rest of the postseason?
I've got the RBCs rolling this week. And then when it comes down to the Freshies versus Trump U, that's just going to be a battle of which manager collapses under the bright lights because both of them have shown they're not really ready for prime time. And, the Freshies showed it with Zach Ertz in a pivotal matchup. And Trump U showed it without playing Marvin Jones. Trump U's got a good situation with the Rams D going against the Jets here, so we'll see how that works. He just got to hope that David Montgomery returns to the Monty we all know and despise. And in the end of the day, I think we're looking at Trump U changing those Dominion machines and rolling in a landslide.
I guess that's to be determined. The projections here kind of have it a very close matchup, and Speaking of Montgomery, I'm not sure you saw the show last week, but we've kind of dubbed him as the little engine that could. Do you think that's a fitting nickname?
I do, as long as it's like the little engine that could. That's like the train at the end of Back to the Future 3, because it's going off a cliff soon here.
I'm not sure I like that comparison, but fingers crossed that the Freshies make it to the final, and we can get a new name on the cup here.
As long as we don't have to roll BDN on there, I'm pretty satisfied. And just before I go, it would be kind of a Hanukkah final if we got the Freshies versus the RBC.
Well, like they say, two halves make a whole, so that would be nice if we could get that in the final. Well, thanks for calling in.
Hey, thanks for having me. Good luck to you this weekend.
All right, you know what that sound means. It's almost the end of the show, which means we have time for one final caller. Caller, go ahead. And hey, it's Moonsalt. How you been, buddy? It's been a while since we last chatted. Hello, gentlemen. It's good to see you again. You seem a little more subdued than usual, not as amped up as you usually are. What gives? Well, I've decided to put that party lifestyle behind me a little bit and class it up. Instead of my usual White Claws, I've moved on to the White Claw Pure, which is nice. Make a nice cocktail with an orange slice or maybe a spritz of lemon. They took Pure off the market, right? Off the market? No, that can't be. Everybody loves Pure. Poor guy. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a hard target search at every drugstore, general store, liquor store in a 25-block radius. All right, well, that does it for this week's show. Good luck to the Freshies this week, and